Hello everybody. It is Sunday, October 13th, 2019, and I'm just sitting here looking over my notes. I wanted this to be a well thought out live video to get the information out to you, the people. So I'm going to wait for a few people to get on here. I need to check a couple things. First of all, can somebody please comment if they can hear me or not? Can you guys hear me? Can somebody comment and let me know if you can hear me or not, please? I really don't want to hold the phone, but my speaker is at the bottom of my phone. Can you hear me? Hi, Jessica. Can you hear me? Or am I going to have to hold my phone? I see thumbs up. Does that mean that you can hear me? Can somebody comment? Hi, Helen. Can you hear me? Does it sound clear? Thank you, Scott. Do I sound clear? I just don't want this to be a muffled video because this is very, very important information. I'm just waiting to get confirmation that y'all can hear me clearly. Perfect. Okay. Let's get this party started. No. So the reason for this live video, this is mainly pertaining to Oregon. I know I have supporters worldwide. Much love to my Australian people. This mainly pertains to Oregon, but I really urge y'all, if you're in another state, to look into your election laws and stuff and make sure that this isn't happening with you. But the main thing that I want to speak on is the fact that this part particularly only pertains to Oregon. We are the only state in this entire nation that does not have the ability to impeach any of our executive people in an executive position. I.e. the governor, the Secretary of State, Speaker of the House, Senate Speaker, anyone in an executive position in government. Oregon has no ability to impeach them, which is why for the last few months, and it's been on national news, and all of y'all here in Oregon know that many have been working hard to recall the governor, because they have allotted us the ability for a recall. The problem with that is we are treading on our wheels while they're treading on us. And they have set that up very meticulously, in my opinion. 90 days to get 280,050 signatures in 90 days is what is required to recall this governor. Okay? I am one of two chief petitioners. My campaign manager, Mark Callahan, he is the other chief petitioner on our petition to repeal driver's licenses for illegal aliens that this particular governor has gone against the will of the people and pushed through anyways. And do you want to know what time we're allotted? We have 9 months. 9 months versus 90 days. And we only need, let's just be generous here and say 140,000 signatures. Okay? I know from my experience in the legislature, there was a wonderful woman, a representative by the name of Jody Hack, who on multiple occasions, previous to me working in the 2017 Legislative Assembly, but her last attempt and the last time she was in the legislature was 2017, and she wanted to pass what was known as House Joint Resolution 10. That would have been able to give us the ability to finally join the rest of the country to be able to impeach someone at an executive level. Now, here's the tyrannical thing about it. Peter Courtney, who's the Senate Speaker in an executive position, never lets it get out of committee. He always throws it out. It never gets to us, the people. And this is just one of many things that I know and why I am qualified for the position and why I need to be sent to DC so that I can make sure to send reinforcements for Oregon. How is it that someone in an executive position can throw out a House Joint Resolution to be able to impeach someone on an executive position? That should never be allowed. That is tyranny. That is going against the people. That is putting their foot on the necks of Oregonians. As we've seen with this recall effort with Kate Brown, and I want the message out there that I know personally as the time that I've spent, which is just a fraction of what many, many good, solid Oregon patriots have been doing. And it breaks my heart. I pray. I have been emotionally exhausted in my bedroom all day. No, I'm not weak. No, it's not because I can't handle it. It's because my heart is pure, and I know those that have been trying. I know that their heart is pure, but whether this recall goes through or not, at the end of the day, between, just a little background for those of you who aren't in Oregon, there's 2 separate legal petition efforts to remove this governor, which has never been done. There are no paid circulators, and I don't know the exact numbers. I don't know if we got it. That's all going to be released tomorrow, but I am confident that we are close. If not, so we're either close or we either got the amount of signatures needed, but at the end of the day, between those 2 separate legal petition efforts, unfortunately, not the Oregon Republican Party one, but the other one, and I'm not even going to mention the name because he's got enough airtime and I refuse to give him any more. Him and a staunch group of his divisional people made it a point to make sure that not both petitions were carried, which was a huge mistake, no matter if this was successful or not. Hands down at the end of the day. But the point is between those 2 legal petitions, we have the numbers. I know that. I know that hands down. Okay? And like I said at the beginning of this video, it breaks my heart, because with the way that our election system is set up, and now with, you know, going against the will of the voter, it all ties in together. And this is what I'm trying to bring everybody to understand with the passing of the driver's licenses for illegal aliens. I mean, we are treading our wheels while they're treading on us. And it's heartbreaking, but it speaks volumes and touches my heart at the same time, because I have personally got to see people from all sides of the aisle come together. Like Bill Courier said yesterday at a really great gathering that I was invited to, you know, this is the biggest grassroots recall movement in history with no paid circulators, which proves that this governor, whether we are successful or not, is very, very much not liked and not welcomed. And she is not governing all of Oregon. She is governing her agenda. She is governing the far left. And they don't care about it's really disgusting. Why are we the only state in the nation that cannot impeach their governor, but yet this woman and her minions and cronies and all the executive positions that she has strategically placed are fighting our president? They feel that they should be allowed to be in on this process to impeach our president. They can dish it out, but they can't take it. They want to impeach a sitting president of these United States of America, but they don't want to give us the ability here in Oregon to impeach them. I'm going to repeat that. Our local far-left Democrat-run government here in Oregon feels they have every right to use our money and join in and lawsuits and are all for our president of these United States of America to be impeached. But they do not want to give us the ability to impeach them. That is a problem. That is tyranny. I wrote some notes down because I don't want anything left out. And this is just stuff that's been going on in my head. I had a really great man call me and we had this discussion and he triggered it back into my mind. And we both decided it would be a great idea for me to go live and get this information out to the people. And, you know, I've done it a few times, little tidbits here and there, but I think it'd be great to have it all in one nice package. It's really, really sad that these businesses are, you know, she can still shut down businesses, you know, like she just recently did, the vape ban that goes into effect tomorrow it's coming into effect Tuesday. I personally know someone, a shop across from me here in Kaiser, who has to close their doors. Okay? While we're sitting here treading our wheels, all of Oregon together, and I want to make this clear. Yes, I am an official federal candidate running on the Republican ticket for United States Congress. Yes, I have conservative values. Yes, there are people that don't agree with me. But at the end of the day, I want to put all the differences aside and speak to all of you, the people of Oregon. I'm begging any of you out there who have connections. You know, I've tried to reach out. Bill Courier, please send this to Donald Trump, something, you know, take my words and use them. I don't care about notoriety, but I'm begging the Trump administration to send in reinforcements. I'm not sure if many of you know, I've said this before as well. You could take every single criminal code in Oregon, okay? Whether it be arson, burglary, murder, what have you, and you could literally type them all out, okay? And then put them in a stack next to you, and that's the ORS code, what it means, defined, what that criminal crime thing is, okay? You type it out, you stack it next to you. It's going to be about 2-3 feet high, okay? Oregon also has what not many people are aware of, but we have political crime codes, okay? That's separate, okay? Many of you are aware the Oregon standoff, the Malheur situation. Rest in peace, Lavoie. I never got a chance to meet him. I know he was a great man. I know he spoke the truth. I've watched every video and done all research, and the man knew what he was talking about, and that's why he was silenced. I know that in my heart. But anyway, you type out all those criminal codes, and if you stack those next to you, it's going to be about 4 or 5 feet high. Oregon currently has more political prisoners than China, currently incarcerated right now. I'm going to repeat that one again. Oregon has currently incarcerated more political prisoners than China. The media, they don't speak up on this recall. Why not? The media is supposed to be non-biased. I mean, I don't even have to get into that discussion. We all know how terrible the media is, but it's very concerning to me. And I went to school in the 80s and the 90s during a time where we were taught the real history, and this is Nazism, hands down, going on right now. Our media chose not to cover this recall. Our media, local media here, Channel 2, Channel 6, Channel 12, Channel 8, talking about the impeachment of the president, talking about everything else under the sun, except for this recall. Thank God for Lars Larson. I wish he would have been on top of it a lot sooner, but I am grateful for the amount of time that he did give it airtime and get the truth out there, and for him having that last minute push through with the drive-through signing petition. But it is very concerning that our local media wasn't even covering this story, whether they agree with us or not. You know, they could have, at least if they were out there saying, haha, these people, they think they're going to get it done, blah, 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 making fun of us. I would have welcomed that, because you know what? It still would have been known. Bill brought up something that's very concerning, and that ties into the media. Only 20% of Oregonians know about this recall. 20%. And that is with team captains and different recall teams and people in just about every single county in this state who have been out there blood, sweat, and tears. And when I say blood, sweat, and tears, I'm not exaggerating. People have literally blood, sweat, and tears into this recall. And we are treading our wheels while they are treading on us. They are not being our voice. They are silencing us. They are stopping us at every angle that they can. They are set up a certain way. And I'm calling this out to everybody on all sides of the aisle, because what are you going to do if Oregon, let me speak to the Democrats. What would you do if Oregon were to have a red tidal wave and become a red state with these same laws in place, where you don't have the ability to impeach a governor or anybody in an executive position, where something you're passionate about, the Republican Party would be overturning and saying, forget about you and your voice, or not even allowing it to get on the ballot for the people to speak. I'm really begging everybody on all sides of the aisle to really think about that. We have to come together. We have to unite. We have to understand the way that they are treating us, the way that they have rigged the system. We don't matter, no matter what side of the aisle you're on. And she's made that very clear, you know, the way she attacked the vaping industry, you know. And I don't mean to, you know, put people in little categories or whatever, but there's quite a few people who are in the vaping industry that are on her party, you know, and she done made them all mad. And now I am grateful because they have woken up. And that is something that we are all bonding together on and realizing we are all just their little worker bees. They don't care about us. They care about their agenda. They care about staying in power. And this is the struggle that we're having here in Oregon. And this is why I chose to run for federal position, because I'm done. I am so tired of seeing the tyranny for everybody in this state. Like I said, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, whether I agree with you or not, I care about you and I care about freedom and I care about liberty. And I personally am sick of spinning my wheels while being treaded on. You know, 90 days to get 280,050 signatures to recall a sitting governor. But they are going to give me 9 months to get half of that for a law that they overturned. Which will happen, and it'll still just keep being the back and forth nonsense, which is another reason why I've pushed for a federal position. We need help. Oregon needs help on a federal level. I will be that voice, that I promise. While we're sitting here treading our wheels, you know, they're still shutting down businesses. They are still attacking the timber industry. Still sending our children out of state to facilities. Still putting our children, even when they're keeping them in state, sending our children with strangers instead of giving family members who are more than capable financially, emotionally, stability-wise, to be able to take in their niece or their nephew because they have a family member who's struggling with addiction or what have you, mental problems, whatever, which all stems back to our current government shutting down mental health facilities. Jason, the petition for driver's licenses, to repeal that, we will get our official ballot title on the 23rd of this month. And then we will be getting the official link where people can go and download, print, sign, and mail them in. If you go to stopillegaldrivers.com, or you can go to Stop Illegal Drivers on Facebook. Once it's ready, we'll have the green light. That'll be done. I'm not even worried about that. And, you know, and that's how they have it set up. You know, we can keep repealing these laws and do the back and forth thing, but gosh forbid we want to remove a tyrannical governor or someone in an executive position. They make sure that that can't happen. They're still attacking our Second Amendment. They are still protecting Antifa. They are still attacking our ICE agents, our law enforcement. They are tying our law enforcement hands. They're shutting down mental health facilities and banning straws, but allowing people to defecate on the streets. I mean, it doesn't take a political science major. It doesn't take much. If you really sit down and look at what's happening, our veterans are being pushed to the back for illegals. Okay? And I understand there's people from all over the world, not just Mexico, because whenever anybody talks about illegals, they assume people are racist and speaking about just the southern border. But, you know, it's more than Mexicans and Hispanics and people from El Salvador and stuff that are coming from that southern border. At the end of the day, illegal means illegal. They're pushing our veterans to the back, you know? People that have served this country fighting for our ability to have a voice that Oregon is snuffing out strategically. If both of those petitions were combined with the separation and everything that's happened, and not everybody carrying both petitions, because at the end of the day, once all is said and done and all the names are on one who have signed and all the names on the other, there's going to be a lot that match up because they've signed. I've signed both petitions. I know many who have. Unfortunately, there are some who haven't. And those ones that don't cross-reference with each other, we have the numbers, you guys. At the end of the day, Kate Brown is the worst governor in history. Kate Brown is one of the most hated governors in history. 90% of the people that don't like Kate Brown are prisoners. That statistic has probably changed since she's attacked our timber industry and the vaping industry and the medical mothers for freedom. And I mean, she's attacking us all. You know, I keep hearing people say that she's got this far left and that's only who she stands for, but she's proving to all of us right now, Democrats, independents, Republicans, conservatives, libertarians, she doesn't care. She does not care. All she says, like her career said, is the people elected me. Well, guess what? That does not give you the right to just bulldoze through our beautiful state with your weird agenda, with your tyrannical agenda. It does not give you the right. And you should be, yes, you were elected this last time. How? I have no idea. It is what it is. We can't go back now. But you should be able to be unelected, and we shouldn't have to sit here and wait for that to happen while you are drastically and at extremely rapid rates taking us under, putting us in danger, hurting our children. You're not speaking for all of Oregon, but that's a whole other, I could do a whole other video on that. I'm sorry, you guys. I just want the message out there that this is strategically placed. It's really sad that why are we the only state that can impeach a government? Well, impeach a governor. The answer is Peter Courtney, Senate President. Yep, I'm calling you out. Why do you never let it get to committee? Why do you constantly throw that out? Who's paying you? Kate Brown? George Soros? Why? What did Oregon do to deserve this? What did the people of Oregon do to not deserve to be a part of these United States? Because I'm sorry, people, but I don't feel like we are a part of these United States. We are a cesspool for Antifa. We are one of 2 states that have the highest veteran suicide. We have the highest opioid epidemic. We have the most political prisoners. We have a man who was murdered, who stood for the Constitution and was trying to get this out. So let me just be clear right now when I tell you all, never in my life have I ever contemplated suicide, okay? I love my babies. This is why I fight hard. And this is why I'm here, and this is why I'm being vocal. But I will not be intimidated, and I will never be silent. And I want the message out. I want you all to know. Peter Courtney, Kate Brown, all of you, we the people decide. We the people should have the ability to be able to impeach a tyrannical government. We are a part of these United States since 1859. I don't get it. I'm not even going to use this as a ploy. You know, I did mention earlier, this is why I'm running. We need help on a federal level. I know so much more. Send me to DC, and reinforcements are coming if it's the last thing I do. And I've said this to everybody I speak to that I can. Yes, I care about the First Amendment. Yes, I care about our Second Amendment. Yes, I'm for strong borders. Yes, I'm for America first. Duh. I wouldn't be running on the Republican ticket if I didn't believe that. But my main goal is to actually be Oregon's voice. Yes, I'm running for Oregon's 5th. But I promise you, I'm fighting for all of Oregon. I want to be all of Oregon's voice. If you can't vote for me, put me in DC and I will vote for you. I will always vote on the side of freedom. I will always vote on the side for you guys to have your voice. And we're not having a voice. We are, but we're not. If that makes sense. I don't know. It's been a very long few months. I know many of the people who have been working very hard have been sleeping today, taking naps when they can. Thank you everybody down at the ORP office that was working like little buzzer bees today, and Tammy Mittig out there at the drive-through, you know, or at the driveway when cars were coming in, and still trying to get as many signatures as we can. And that's the part that kills me, because if we were given 9 months, the same allotment that they're giving me, we'd have it. Hands down. People still want to sign to get her out. Why is the media not talking about that? We hear you, Oregon. Whether you agree with us or not, whether you agree with the Oregon Republicans, whether you agree with anything, you know, we hear you. We hear you loud and clear. And whether we agree on different social issues and stuff, at the end of the day, the one thing that you can be sure of is that we are fighting for you. We are fighting for your voice. We are fighting for your freedom. Like I said, if the pendulum was turned, ask yourself, how would you feel if Republicans were doing this to you? I think this is something that I would like to see all of Oregon get on board with, and email, message, call, go visit Peter Courtney's office and demand to know why we can't impeach a sitting governor, whether they're blue, red, purple, whatever. And with that, I'm going to say God bless everybody on this Sunday. I'm going to say probably about 20 more prayers before bed. And I want you all to know I love you all very much, and I appreciate, and I've heard all your voices from all sides of the aisle. Like I said, you know, people when they were screeching in to sign, half the people didn't even want to look at what the recall was about. They just want her out. And whether it's successful or not, I know I'm not Coin 6 News. I know I don't have a huge platform, but I've heard your voice. And I will continue to share that voice whether I get into office or not. God bless you all. Have a great night and pray for Oregon.